Have you ever found yourself wondering if someone's heart might already be yours, without them ever saying it out loud? It's not always what people confess that gives them away. In fact, some of the truest emotions are hidden in the silences, the side glances, the small hesitations, the unexpected kindnesses that go unnoticed by most. Because when the heart starts to belong to someone, it doesn't send out loud, obvious announcements. It whispers. It leaks through the cracks of their behavior, and if you know where to look, you'll see everything. This isn't about guessing or assuming. This is about learning how emotional attraction reveals itself in subtle, powerful ways. It's about understanding how someone's heart might be slowly, quietly aligning with yours, even when they themselves don't fully realize it yet. So let's take a walk through this, slowly, like a conversation between two old friends. Not a lecture, not a list, just the kind of truth that starts to make sense the more you sit with it. Let's say you have someone in your life, maybe a friend, a coworker, someone you've known for years, or maybe someone who recently entered your world but left a lasting impression. Something feels different about the way they treat you, not overly dramatic, not exaggerated, but there's something quieter, deeper. They listen to you differently. When you speak, they don't just hear your words, they absorb them. You can almost feel them holding on to your sentences, remembering things you didn't even remember you said. It's not performative. They're not doing it to impress you. They're doing it because your thoughts matter to them. Emotionally, they're tuned in. You start to become part of their internal world, and the way they notice the small things about you, that's not random. People don't memorize the way your eyes shift when you're tired, or the way your laugh changes when you're nervous, unless they care deeply. That's emotional intimacy starting to bloom. But emotional attraction doesn't always show up like a rom-com. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it shows up as nervous energy or even distance. Someone might pull away right when things start to feel real. Not because they're uninterested, but because vulnerability terrifies them, especially when the feelings are real. You see, when someone's heart starts to belong to you, they don't always know how to handle it. And the fear of losing you can actually cause them to act awkward, distant, even a little cold at times. That's not always a rejection. It can be self-protection. The heart is fragile when it's in transition, and yet, even in that fear, they keep showing up. They'll check on you when you're quiet. They'll remember your favorite food. They'll send you a song that made them think of you, and then pretend like it wasn't a big deal. But it was. It always is. Because when someone's heart belongs to you, even a text message becomes an offering. Even silence becomes filled with intention. Here's something else that's easy to overlook. When they're emotionally attracted to you, they mirror your moods, not because they're copying you, but because they're emotionally synced. If you're upset, their day gets heavier. If you're happy, their smile becomes effortless. That's emotional resonance. It's not just empathy. It's a subtle way their heart beats in rhythm with yours. They might not have words for it, but they feel it. You'll also notice that they make space for you, sometimes without even realizing they're doing it. They prioritize you in ways that seem illogical. They'll go out of their way, shift their schedule, cancel plans, and somehow you'll become their constant. Not because they're trying to win you over, but because being close to you gives them a kind of peace they can't find anywhere else, and peace is rare. Now, not every act of kindness means someone is in love, but when that kindness is consistent, quiet, and emotionally generous, when they show up even when you have nothing to offer back, that's not just friendship, that's care with a deeper foundation. Some of the strongest emotional bonds are forged in silence. No confessions, no grand gestures, just presence. Let me ask you something. Have you ever caught them looking at you like you were more than just a person in a room? That moment when their gaze lingers, not in a way that makes you uncomfortable, but in a way that makes you feel seen. That's the gaze of someone whose heart is already halfway yours, and they might look away quickly. They might laugh it off. but it's too late. That look, that kind of eye contact, is hard to fake. Because when the heart connects, the eyes betray it. Sometimes they'll share things with you they don't share with anyone else. Not always big secrets, but the kinds of things that matter to them. Their childhood memories, their fears, their dreams are scared to speak aloud. And when they do, they're not just sharing for the sake of it. They're trying to see how you'll hold that part of them, how you'll respond to the unpolished version of who they really are. Because when someone's heart belongs to you, they want to be known, not just admired, not just liked. They want to be understood. There's also the way they defend you when you're not around. You might not hear about it directly, but people who care deeply often protect you in rooms you don't even walk into. They speak up for you, support your name when it's not convenient, and watch over your reputation like it's their own. That's loyalty born from something emotional, something rooted. And one of the most telling signs, though you may miss it at first, is that their presence brings you a sense of calm. There's a softness in how they interact with you, even if they're rough around the edges with others. You bring out a gentleness in them. It's unspoken, but it's there. You see, emotional attraction doesn't shout. It doesn't knock down your door. It waits outside in the rain if it has to. It lingers in the small hours. It shows up in the way they speak your name when they think no one's listening. It's in the sigh before they hang up the phone. It's in the pause after they say goodbye. Their heart may already belong to you. And the signs are there, not in grand confessions, but in the little consistencies. And the truth is, sometimes they're just waiting for a sign that it's safe to come closer. So what do you do with that? You don't rush it. You don't force it. You simply start to match their energy with presence, not pressure. You listen deeper. You mirror their openness. And when the time is right, you invite the connection forward, one moment at a time. Love doesn't always begin with a spark. Sometimes it begins with warmth, a steady warmth that grows into something undeniable. And maybe, just maybe, that warmth is already glowing between you and someone who hasn't found the courage to say it yet. But their heart knows, and so does yours. If this spoke to something inside you, if someone came to mind while you were listening, maybe this is your sign to pay attention to what's already there. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep conversations about emotional psychology, attraction, and what it really means to connect beyond the surface. Your heart deserves the truth, and the truth often hides in the quiet places. Until next time, listen closely. The heart speaks in whispers.